Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike. Appreciate you spending a moment of your day with me. Today we're reviewing Christmas Bloody Christmas. This is a movie that is on Shudder right now, and it's available. If you don't have Shudder, you can rent it for $3.99 or whatever from Vudu or wherever you rent movies from. But it is a new Christmas movie. It's Robo fucking Santa Claus. It's Terminator fucking Santa Claus. No, Terminator's not fucking Santa Claus. Although, I mean, you'd be at least interested enough to watch that, right? I mean, I know I would be.
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, faggot!
It's directed by Jeff Bezos, who directed VHW. Fuck my ass with a spoon. VFW a couple of years back. It stars Riley Dandy as Tori, and it stars Sam Delich as Robbie, and Jeff Daniel Phillips as Sheriff Monroe, as the sheriff of the city. You'll know Jeff Daniel Phillips from a lot of the Rob Zombie movies. He's the one that kind of has a Dave Grohl vibe to him. So in Christmas Bloody Christmas, a couple punk metal folks with a fuckload of sexual tension who own a Nostalgia Records VHS store and their friends who own a toy store are caught in the path of a Terminator Santa Claus. How, you say? Does that fucking happen? Well, they build these lifelike robots to be used as war machines, but they were defective, so someone made the decision to make them all mall Santas so that you didn't have to, put your kid on some creepy dude's lap. But then they were recalled for falling back to their factory settings, which means they turn into fucking murder bots. But they didn't say that in the news, they just recalled them. But these couple of toy store owners who bought one for their toy store are too fucked up on coke and whiskey to actually pay attention and send it back, so one just hangs out in their store all day. It defaults back to its factory setting and then goes on a murder spree, and everyone has to survive it, and that's as simple as it fucking gets. The way that they do it's really cool. I love the lead up to it. This movie is absolutely going to be contingent on whether or not you like the two leads. I fucking loved them. But the movie spends most of its time in this almost Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith style dialogue where they wax philosophical about music and movies and shit like that. And if you like that kind of stuff and you're into these characters, the movie's gonna rule for you just like it did me. And it feels like a party, the first half of the movie does, with awesome dialogue and people that remind me of my friends that I would hang out with in real life. So I really enjoyed it. If they aren't someone's cup of tea, or if they went there for something else, they're not going to enjoy that type of stuff. But I really did. And the main thing between these two leads is that they just have amazing chemistry together. The whole entire movie when they're talking, and they have kind of this, there's this kind of Ross Rachel thing going on, or Jim and Pam, like you can tell that there's feelings there and all this crap like that, but it doesn't feel romantical at all. It's just an awesome chemistry that they have. Like, you can sit and watch these two hang out and be best friends all day long and just have a couple shots of whiskey and have a good time with them. So I really appreciated that stuff. The chemistry is really there. The first half of the movie, there's not a whole lot of horror stuff in it. It's really letting you know these characters, get to know these characters, walk through their Christmas night with them, and I really did enjoy that. But when we do get to the killings that happen, it's one of those movies that you watch and you enjoy it and you really go, man, I actually wish that I could have seen what they would have done if they were given more money. Because it doesn't look bad, it's nothing like that. They do a really good job with what they have. But we're watching a Terminator Santa Claus go through these action/horror scenes, and they do a commendable job on both fronts. But you can't help but watch it and go, damn, I wish they had the money to really just do it up fucking fancy. And the actor that they got to play Santa Claus did a more than commendable job of remembering to do robotic motions, and they threw in the noises in there and times like that. But again, you just wonder what it would look like if they had the holy shit package going on, because they had all the right ideas. And right down to the cinematography and the way the whole movie looks. The whole movie is almost, it feels like, from the record shop to the toy store to the house that they're partying in, everything almost feels like it's filtered through a prism of Christmas lights, but almost like blacklight Christmas lights. There's a whole lot of blacklight, a whole lot of neon green, a whole lot of dark purple, and it's a really cool nostalgic tone that they set for the movie, especially when Santa's eyes go, the seekers on his eyes are bright green. It's just a dope look. I love that whole vibe, that whole aesthetic. Sometimes it does work against the movie because there's certain times where you're kind of squinting to see what's going on with the action and things like that, but it's kind of a worthy trade-off for a neat looking movie. And all of the aforementioned action works so well because Riley is such a badass character. The best thing this movie does is it does what so few Christmas horror movies do. It has the balls to play it straight. Yes, there's comedy that comes from the dialogue and comes from the characters, specifically the toy shop owners, who are pretty funny and again just remind me of my friends. And there's also a really funny ass eating scene that you guys will get a kick out of, I feel like. But It's not campy, it's not corny. They're earnest with it. When he starts killing people, they're trying to scare you or at least thrill you with some awesome action scenes and explosions and shit like that. And then they really go the full mile with it, and you appreciate it. But that maybe is the best part of this, and why they also don't feel the need to go like super hokey Christmas. Let's throw this deep Christmas meaning vibe and shit in there like that. I enjoyed this better than I enjoyed Violent Night, which a lot of people enjoyed a lot more than I did, just because it knew what it was. It wasn't trying to be like any other movie. It's its own fucking thing. Again, I love that Jeff Daniel Phillips was in the movie. I really liked him as an actor, and he was good in this movie too. But the cops themselves, there's one scene in particular that I'm like, all right, like I get that cops in movies can be stupid, but these cops are extremely stupid. There's a couple situations where these cops, it's just blatantly obvious what's happening in front of their fucking face, and they're like, no, I don't believe it. Even like the nice one's like, it's kind of hard to believe what you're telling me, while he's like drenched in blood from other people. But and there's one character that dies semi off screen that I thought earned a better death than that, and then there's one character where I hated to see them go. I mean, I just absolutely crushed me to see them go. And I mean, that's the mark of a good character, but damn, I was like, that hurts, Greg. Fuck. I hated it. But again, the mark of a good character that you love. I hated seeing Dewey die in Scream 5. I didn't knock the movie with it, even though I would have never made that fucking decision. I hated to see Dewey die as well. That's just a price that you pay sometimes with horror movies. But yeah, it checks all the boxes, man. It's got great dialogue, likable characters. It's got good horror stuff in it. It's got good action stuff in it. It's got good chase scenes in it. It's got it all, man. And again, it's one of those movies you just wish someone would just threw them a bag of money, because they had the right idea going the whole time, and they did a great job with what they did have. There's no doubt about it. This is just a punk ass movie that plays it straight. Best Santa Claus movie of the year for me, best Christmas horror movie of the year for me, and it's got so much rewatchable value to it because it's a party movie, it's a comedy at times for the right reasons, it's a fun horror movie, it's a fun action movie. The end maybe drags on just a little bit too long, but overall it comes in at a nice 87 minutes long, so it's just a fun rewatchable movie that checks a shitload of boxes, and I had a great time with this, man. I'm gonna give it a strong 7.5 out of 10. I definitely recommend you guys should totally check out Christmas Bloody Christmas if you enjoy the lead characters, which I think a lot of people who follow this channel will. I thought they were fucking awesome. And I could have watched them continue to just go on getting drunk and partying and listen to them talk. But yeah, just keep in mind that is the first half of the movie. It's these two characters. So hopefully you enjoy them. Hopefully you like them. Hopefully you enjoy the movie. Hopefully you click fucking subscribe and the bell, because if you don't, YouTube won't let you know when we put out a new video and review movies like this. So hey, we love your fucking faces. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this, and we shall see you soon, fuck faces. And I mean that in a loving way. Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS, 'cause